Okay, good evening, guys. It's on another Saturday. So for this week, we are looking at illustrations. A couple of weeks back, we looked at icon designs. Then we looked at symbol of isometric design. So you understand a little bit about angles of designs. So today we are looking at a couple of illustrations that we would like to know how it was done. So this is an illustration we are basically looking at. It looks a bit complex. So, but we'll try to get it done how they was able to create it. So looking at this, basically, for this, it's most of them is basically a simple, I would say simple shapes. These are basically just circles upon circles upon circles. That's what most of all these are. Or we say circles and oval shape upon circles and oval shapes. So we'll try to replicate this as we see it. So firstly, if you look at this shape, you definitely see a large circle, then smaller circles on smaller circles. So as to get the shape of this coin, this particular round shape that looks like a coin. So the first thing is we click on the eclipse shape. So we draw our first main circle, which will basically be like an oval. Let's do something like this. So this, let's make it in stroke so we see what we are doing. Just stroke. So these are first major circle. I think I can make it a little bit larger. Yes, this is our first major circle. So looking at it, you'll definitely feel, okay, let's say this is the circle we've drawn. Now, the next thing that it's basically easy for us is all we have to do is just duplicate these circles multiple times and uh, make it, resize it smaller, resize it bigger. So to first get this particular first inner one, all you just have to do is basically just duplicate, Control C, Control F. Let me check layers. Oh, that was duplicated layers. So from there, just hold Shift and try and reduce the size. Generally, you reduce the size here, then you reduce the size here, just to match the upper part of it. Make sure it is center aligned. Align it to the center of each circle, area center aligned. So we've gotten this inner circle. Now, if you notice this side, instead of you to draw double circles, or you could basically just increase the stroke to form this particular white side of things. That's the easiest way to reduce the amount of circles you create. So just increase the points of the stroke. Oh, so the strokes are so increasing. Let's take it to 10. Let's do 10. Oh, no, sorry. 10, huh? 10 is not enough. I would say let's keep going up a bit so we get something similar. So make the stroke inner, since if you make it centered, it will move over the initial shape. So the best thing is to make it in the stroke to be inner. So stroke, let's say inside, align stroke to inside. So that's basically done with that. If then the next one is basically we get this bottom shape, the section. So just in case the outer shape as well. Control C, Control F. Then you bring it down. Once you bring it down to a certain level, it gives you that overall shape. Then you just need to join it on both sides there. For joining the shape, I would advise you just draw a rectangle over the edges. Let's see, these are the edges. So draw a rectangle. Yes, this should it should give you the bottom side. So just select that rectangle, select the bottom circle, and use Pathfinder tool to join them together. So Pathfinder tool. So this is what Pathfinder tool is for. Click those two. Once together, then let's see the upper part is not needed. So as you can see, you're already having the full shape of it. Then for this bottom shadow, just like I said, duplicate this particular circle again. Also, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, that's what I keep pressing for duplicating. Then when you place it at the bottom, you have that shadow, as you can see. With that, we've basically done the simple versions of the bottom side of the shape. The next thing we need to do is let's try and get this dollar sign. Next, so another oval shape, it will just take a different angle. You could decide to draw a new oval shape using the shape builder tool, or you could decide to just duplicate this and rotate any one of the options that you feel is good. So for me, I would say let's draw a new oval shape that feels like it's standing. Uh, let's say something like this. I don't feel it's tall enough, so I would bring it up. Let's see. Yeah. So now this basically looks a bit weird, but the one thing is this: when you duplicate more of the shape, it will give you the angle you need. So this is like the first circle here. Let's duplicate, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, and if you move it to the side, it's going to give you that extrude feel. So once we do this, we have this bit of extruded field. And like I said, to make it have that outer this thing, you need to join it again with a rectangle on this side. Or if we were to even let's make this will process faster. Delete this. All you have to do is just copy the upper, copy this bottom one. So Ctrl C, Ctrl F, group them, then rotate them by 90 degrees. 90. Let's see. And I'm sure you would have a coin shape. All you have to do is just resize it. Let's make it smaller. Let's sorry. Once we make it smaller, we should have a visible coin. Yes. All this might look primitive right now until we get a little bit of coloring in. But we've gotten the simple shape for the standing coin. Let me ungroup it now. So now that I've ungrouped it, the next thing we need to do is create the inner side of things. Now for this inner one, as you can see, it basically follows the same margins, both this side and this side. So the best thing is you could either do Control C and Control F, then shrink it by holding Shift and Alt, or shrinking it like this. You can either do this, or another method you might want to try is you could select, go to Objects and Parts, then you do Offset Parts. So you put this digits into minus. Remember to click on Preview so you see what's happening. As you can see, this is the new shape forming inside. So you can be bringing down, then you get something like this. This can even be more uniform than the other method. So we have this inner shape. The next thing is basically just to get a dollar sign in the right angle. And to get a dollar sign, you have to just pick a font that you use. Text. Then yeah. Then you basically click on dollar sign. Let's make it large so we see what we need. So this let me use a popular font. Let's use Inter. Maybe we use it extra bold. Let's do bold. So convert it to outline because it's not good as it's in this thing. So convert to outline, you basically hold Control Shift 0 to convert it to an outline. Then since the shape seems like different shapes, you use Pathfinder to merge all the shapes together to one shape. This way you can now enlarge it to fit your shape. Now it feels just straight and it should be at an angle. What you do is you basically look for the share tool in your panel. So let's see this perspective, and this is the share tool. This is the share tool. Definitely look for it in your tool. You click on it, then you bend one side, drag and drag one side up. Then you have the appropriate angle that you need. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the appropriate angle. I think I need to make it a little bit smaller. For so as you can see, you've gotten the, let's say, a little bit of familiarity seen from it. So since I don't really think we have much time, let me first color a little bit of this so you see how it looks. Let's add a little bit of color so we definitely see differences in the sides. So the first thing to do is I'm going to be taking the exact colors from this illustration. So let's first color this. In short form, you can click I for eyedropper tool, or you can select it here. So let's pick the, oh, sorry, I didn't select any shape. Let's see. Well, it's not selected. Okay, now it's selected. The green. That's what we have here. For the extruded parts, I would like to choose a darker green. I can see it's the same green that is being used here, but if you, if you go to your view, you basically color, basically some of the, sorry, it's Windows. Go to Windows, go to color guides. So I already have my color guide here. Go to color guides. It gives you different ranges of shades of the color you've chosen. Since the color I chose was the green, so it gives me different shades. So I'm basically just going to pick a little bit darker shade just to give it that angle feel. As you can see, it looks extruded already. Then the next thing is to use black for the shadow. So if we have black for the shadow, the reason why it's like this is because it's placed above the coin shape, so place it behind. You can do that by clicking on control and space as so it keeps going down, as you can see. Now we already have some part of the shape. The next thing is, as you can see, they used white so it would have shadow. So let's first change this color to white. Let's see, let's change it to white. Now that it's white, we can add its own shadow. So if you want to give it its own shadow, all you have to do is just like I said, duplicate that particular shape and place it behind. Then just give it black color. So I've duplicated the shape. Let me give it a black color. Then let me place it behind the white. Then all you have to do is just drag it down a bit. Yes, and we have the color. Now, the one thing you will notice is this black is showing. So it's because this is in just stroke. The best thing for us to do is to just add a fill to it as well. So it isn't just stroke. We should also add a fill. So as to block it out. So if to add a fill, let's see. Okay. So let's place it behind. That's should be behind the, oh, sorry, let this one also go behind. Let's this come forward. All the coins are supposed to be on top. So as you can see, so we basically have the bottom shape already. Now the next thing is if we color this, we basically would have a similar shape looking like that. So the next thing for us is let's color this as well. The brands is they used black for theirs. I'm thinking let's try let's use the blue instead for our own coin. So the normal part of it should be the blue. Let's use blue instead. Then, since I need a darker shade of it, so I'm going to use my color guides to find a darker shade. This is a darker shade. So, as you can see, we're already having something that looks nice. This inner one, what we need is we need this to have even more depth. So this inner one, the best thing to do is duplicate it and place it on top, then shrink the placed one on top a little bit in from one of the sides. I would say this side to show when light comes in and darkness. So now the bottom one, choose the darker color, while for the one on top, choose the light. So it's to give it a bit of depth. As you can see, it gives depth. So to give it more depth, you reduce it a little bit from this side as well. Now we have a little bit more depth to our coin without using anything major. Now from the illustration, as you can see, the coin was as if it's placed into this particular bottom shape. So we need a rectangle here to slice this particular shape first. So let's get ourselves a rectangle. Let's see. Let's just give ourselves a straight rectangle part first. Then let's give it black. We would need to adjust its angle to match the angle of the bottom shape. So sorry. Let's rotate. Its angle is as the angle matched. Feel it's too large. Let's see. I think this angle should be enough. Let me move out this a little bit to the front. Okay, let's get the coin first. Let's use the yellow. And let's move it a little bit. Now we have the coin. So let me place this behind. Let me see how it's going to look. It's angle wise. Okay, it's still not perfect. I think it needs a little bit more rotation. Okay. Now that the rotation is done, it needs to be bent a bit. It needs to be skewed a bit. So to skew it, select the points, then just move them a bit to match the coin's angle. This needs to match coin's angle as well here. I think we basically have the right angle now. So the next thing to do is, like I said, we need to find a way to cut all this shape. So I'm selecting selected more than just the shape. I want to select just the upper coin and group them. Then if I bring it down a bit, yes, okay, I should be able to slice them all using this bottom shape. So let me Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Yes, sorry, I just clicked on F, Ctrl F. So I want to slice this whole image. I've selected both, shape builder tool, then let's slice the bottom of it. I think, okay, we sliced way too much. It needs to be sliced halfway, not the full way. So if I'm slicing just halfway of it, so let's bring this forward. Yeah, we can use to slice the whole shape. So slicing the bottom half of it. Let's see what we have. We already have something very close to it. As you can see, let me zoom in. This should be enough. So, can see we already have the bit of shape. Now the next thing for us is to get the human shape into it. I don't think I like this darker color, so I think I might have to end up going with black to choose their color well. Let's see. Let me do black for this as well then. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. So for them as well, half of this shape basically has black. The other half of this shape has black. The other half has a dark green color. So what we are going to do is let's bring this forward to match the edges. So the bottom part of it could have a lighter green color. So I'm going to duplicate this. I've duplicated it. Let me give it a darker green color. So I'm going to have to create another duplicate and clip mask the darker green into it. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this again, then clip marks the darker green into it. Place it behind as well. So for the shape that is what's clip marked into it, I need to enlarge that shape. Let's see, enlarge some of the points of the shape. Okay, should be good now. I feel I should choose an even darker version of it. So I'm going to use my color guides as well. And let's go for, okay. I think an even darker version seems good. The next thing, the next and most important thing is now to draw the human. So for drawing such humans, most times you would have sketched it out. So just all you have to do is just trace out your sketchings. So, but since we didn't sketch this out, I would basically just do a quick and easy sketch of the ideas. So it's not gonna be that detailed. So I'll just do a circle for the head. Let's do a circle for the head. Very easy. Let me zoom in over there. Circle for the head. A rectangle for the neck. Let's do a rectangle for the neck. Then I think another rectangle for the body. Let's do something that's simple. So the next thing to do is just each point, each edges should be manipulated easily to give you. Let me make this into strokes so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see. So we just need to just manipulate each side easily. Someone is coming up, let us come down. Then curve the two upper edges. Just to have that neck view. Okay. Then the next thing is just to let's curve this. So I use pen tool. I hold Alt. Then or you know what? Use the curvature tool. And you have to just plus here and drag it from the curve. Very easy. Then we already have the neck, the head. Basically also need to just adjust the edges a bit. And with that, we should be easily done. Let me move that there and give it color. All the necessary, let's see, head, neck. Let's move that here. And see, let me make it larger. Okay. I'll curve it a bit more just to match our angle. With this, we should be able to get something similar after giving it a little bit of color. So let's choose our color wisely. Let me just pick a brown for the skin. Let's see. A brown for the head and for the neck. I'll pick a darker version using color guides. I'll place the neck behind the head. Okay, it's in place. Now let's see which color can we use for the body. For yes, they used the green, so let us also pick. Oh, sorry, this one has stroke. Let's pick the darker green for the body. We would also placing that behind the neck is also the best thing. Let's make the neck a bit curved. Let's make the neck a bit curved. Curvature too. Let's curve it a bit just to make it faster. Then the arms need their line. So let's just do a single line. Mm, I think black works. Uh, yes, let's match it. Okay. Then let me just duplicate this, and so this is how. So how, if you hold Alt, we click on something, then hold Alt, it will create a duplicate. So just match. I will just flip this horizontally. So I like match it a bit. Then I just match it with the edges of this. Sorry. So we have something very simple, but it doesn't look exactly alike. Then the next thing to do is to have the bottom shadow as well, just to match the bottom. So to have the bottom shadow, the best thing to do is take the body, duplicate it, and paint it black, then move it forward. Let's move it forward a bit. Then let me paint it black, put it behind. Then manipulate some of the edges a bit. So let's see, I don't need curved version for the shadow. So for it, just let it follow the angle of your audience. So we see with this, we have a little bit, something a little bit similar. As you can see, so you can see it's quite easy. The next thing to do is we can just give it a little bit of those shines I was giving to them. So giving it those shines, these are just some rectangles that were clip maxed into shapes. Let's see, rectangle, rectangle, um, rectangle, rectangle. So for mine, as you can see, they use white for their own blue. I would like to use lighter shades of the color that's we use for the painting. So this is the thing. So use color guide to pick lighter shades of them. Let's see. This is light enough. No, let's go even more. I think this is a very light one. So with this, to create the shine and to clip mask it, all you have to do is just duplicate where you want to clip mask. So this, I'm duplicating this bottom one, Control C and Control F. So bring it to the front. First, do your clip mask, then take it to the back. I'm using Control, and so as you can see, we have our shine. We can do, but for black, we'll do white as the shine. Yes, let's do white. So for it to be white, then we have to click mask it too as well. I think these are all groups. Let me ungroup it. And create a duplicate of this. Control C, Control F. Take it to the front. Let's find out the, yes, now click mask. Then take it to the back. Okay. Now we have a little bit of shine. I feel this particular shine is too white. So let's go for something. This feels a bit more natural. So yeah, you can refine this a bit more if you want. And for the subsequent ones, you could basically just, if you want to, create your own style, you can copy, duplicate, then just more get the dollar, duplicate, reduce that size of duplicate, place it behind. You can do the same thing again. And you already have an illustration that looks clean. Let's take it back and let's give it, let's have maybe yellow. So this is basically what we have. It didn't take us more than like 30 minutes. You could take a little bit more time to, refine what you are doing, but this is like the simplest version you get it. So a couple of things you might need to change here. As I reduce the size, the stroke should also be reduced since it was stroke we use and not circles. So from 32, it basically just, let's say you have half of the initial stroke, which is like 15. So you do the same for here. So 15. So with that, you have an illustration that looks quite good. You could decide that you want to add some shines to the flower as well. Let's say we wanted to add some shines to the flower as well. Let's do the yellow, but use color guides to pick the lighter shades of it. Then place it behind. You have to do is just rotate this. Let's see. It's one, then do slimmer version, then do maybe another one here. Then clip mask everything so you get the bottom parts. Then pick it up, clip mask it, and you should have your shine. So this is basically how you should get something complex easily. So you add more details whenever you feel like you add details to the eyes, to the face. You put a little bit of shadow underneath the head to show the neckline more. You give it hair, ears, simple things like that. But that's basically like a summary of how something like this was done. So any question?